Lopez and Tef. Couldn't really hear you, Lopez. I'm not sure if you were trying to talk or not. Wait for the draft to kick off here, and then I'll start my little agenda that I have here, I guess. There, now I can hear you. We're cutting out there for a second. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. We kind of waiting for Skeet to join, or it'll be just me and you for the first little bit here. Figured I'd wait till the draft kicked off till I started going through what I wanted to just kind of discuss, I guess. And the first thing I figured I'd probably touch is my little pitch for why I think I should be a commissioner, or not even necessarily me, but why I think someone else should, why there should be another commissioner. Well, see, the way I see it is like the only one who you really ever see doing anything is Teflon, except for the random time when, because Splashy works third shift, so he really, doesn't seem to be around to do a whole lot when it comes like advancing or seeing what games are left. But it seems like when he gets a chance, he does. But and I don't know how involved these people are, and if they, I'm assuming they have a little messenger chat group where they discuss stuff. But okay, well, it just seems like Teflon's the only one ever doing anything, and like it just seems like
our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot be emphasized enough, and that's exactly what every GM I talk to describes.
Okay, see, like, I don't know, to me it just seems like there's a lot of, like when Teflon makes a decision, and I don't know if it's just because it's Teflon, it seems like a lot of dudes, including myself, have gotten or do get pissed off about it, and sometimes you kind of wonder.
When you're tasked with neutralizing an opponent's number one wideout.
Okay. Well, yeah. See, I know you were. That's why, like, when you said you were going to join, I figured, well, that's nice because, like, I don't know how any of that works really. I mean, Hollins
mentioned to me that made them so excited about this guy. The hope is that he will quickly learn the playbook, get some solid reps in the preseason, and come week one, be ready to play.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
Okay, wow. 3 corners right off the bat. Okay, well, I mean, like, and that's good. It's good to, like, kind of know because, like, if hopefully what I'm hoping for is that if people who don't watch this now will maybe go back and watch a little bit of it knowing that we're kind of just talking about the league and understand how things work, because like my whole pitch, I was going to do a video about it on like when I got home about a pitch of why I feel I should be a commissioner. And it was just kind of it was going to just kind of be about how I feel that there should be someone else making decisions, because it just seemed like Teflon was the one who's always, I guess like it just comes off like he's the decider because he's the only one who really posts, and I think that's like a lot of people's things sometimes, is that they feel like it's just, I mean, because I know I felt that way, that it was just Teflon, has maybe something against you, or he's just being a dick, and he just makes a decision that, and if it goes against you. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, see, that's... Okay. Well, and see, that's good to know that. Like I said, it's just good information, I guess, to know. Well, I mean, there's always going to be personal stuff, but I mean, if you know, like I said, you know, I've felt that way where when he's made a decision, like it's just something to go against the way I feel because, you know, I'm me or whatever, and like I've always felt like Teflon's got a thing against me, but that was like, I don't know, I'm past that now, I guess, but like before, and then it just kind of got to the point where it was like, okay, you know, I'm really getting sick of getting pissed off over this stuff all the time, and like, it is what it is, but just kind of take it as it comes. But, you know, some guys, they just, you know, you can tell that a lot of people just feel like it's him making a decision. No one, because people don't think that it gets discussed, but it's good to know that it does get discussed, I guess. You know, it's good to know that it's just, it's not just a one-man decision that, you know, that it's all talked about, and then he just happens to be the messenger. You know, like they always say, don't shoot the messenger, but Teflon gets shot all the time. Make him a threat on almost every play. He's a real difference maker for a defense, and he should be a starter for this defensive line in no time. I know it's funny. You can hear like cut in and cut back out. Yeah, there's Skeet finally. Oh, I invited him like twice. Yeah, congratulations on the win, man.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Wow. Dude, it's nothing but corners and linebackers and a defensive end. Wow, that's good to know. Hopefully what I want is still going to be there, which luckily it's not defense, so, and it ain't. Mine? No. I can't hope that this player will drop that far. He might, but no, running back.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I don't know if it was him or not. No, it was this dude, because I'll never forget the name. Yep.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
95 with 91 acceleration. Trucking kind of sucks. Well, it really sucks, and his stiff arm sucks, but he's a... No, it's really not. I actually get burned more sometimes with speed than I do without it. Yeah, no kidding.
The Houston Oilers are now on the clock.
I don't know. Just it's
The Ravens
Lopez,
are now on the clock.
me, you, and Teflon.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
I was gonna watch your game too, but I missed it. Was that?
All right,
That's
go to
Brian
Adam Schefter, who's got
Caldwell
more
or
on this
whatever, isn't it?
While you wouldn't normally be surprised to see a quarterback winning the Heisman, it's his electric style of play on the field that makes him a little more intriguing versus previous Heisman-winning quarterbacks. He was one of the most exciting players to watch in all of college football, making plays with his arm and his feet. He's an escape artist, turning would-be sacks into dazzling touchdown throws. He's going to need to learn to operate more in the pocket in the NFL, but I'm excited to see what this Heisman winner will do for his new team.
Right. Who's?
The Brooklyn Beats are now on the clock.
Yeah.
Let's go to Adam now, who's got more.
Dude, isn't that guy like 31 for you by now, and his speed like sucks?
Season, but it ended with him being one of the key factors in this team's success this year. Per Matt Miller, you could see his role increase with each week until he eventually
85
became a
speed,
huge
huh?
part of its rushing passing game. They used him all over the field, making it a pain for defenses to field the right personnel to counter his size and athleticism. If I had
in a league where I've got the Vikes, Harrison Smith, he's 31, but his speed drops like 81.
This team felt.
Oh, so you upped it.
Picks in. Let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
He got the attention of scouts pretty quickly when he had a game-winning catch that most receivers would have trouble bringing in. With one outstretched hand, he caught a pass that looked like it was about to sail out of the back of the end zone.
Harrison's
he's
a good safety.
Big guys can make some incredible plays with their hands. And in a league where receiving tight ends are becoming a premium, it's no wonder this team took him here.
I know, but I had you worried. Yeah, I know, dude. I couldn't believe it was happening. That's what happened. It was like, really? You know, I think TJ Hill though is about due to take it here pretty soon. Okay, well.
The Chicago Blues are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just deal with it for a season or two. Or no, it'll be one season.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock.
So what's... Too bad Marcus ain't on. He'd join this party, but I think he's working. That's one guy I'd like to see outside of myself actually do something one of these seasons is G-Love, but I don't know, man. It's kind of like me. I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of like in this league figuring out a little bit towards the end of the season there. I felt like it was a little bit wasn't so bad, but like cuz like in my other two leagues I'm in, the one I just that we just started MLG, I'm 1-1 there, and I lost the opener by only 10 points. And then in NFFA, I am 2-1, and I lost to Chuck week 1, which was expected because like our last 5 matchups I've won, so I guess he's bound to get one in there, but he just
The Texans are now on the clock.
Holy shit. $94. Fuck, man. Yep, 77 acceleration. He has a post about, let's see those draft picks, and it's in there. His block shedding's 82. Yeah, man, that dude's definitely buildable. Fuck. Hey, I should check the schedule. I wonder who I play this season. Ah, fuck. I gotta play Kirby the first game. I mean, I fucking won't hear from that dude till the day of advance. Bengals. Hey, I've got the matchup everyone's been wanting since like 2 seasons ago. Fucking me and Teflon week 4 in Philly. It's gonna be awesome.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
I got Hollins this year. Who the fuck?
The Seahawks are now
49ers relocated, huh? I got Otero this season.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
God damn it. I know, but I get so sick of trying to defend the deep ball.
The Bills are now on the clock.
Well, I should be able to. I mean, I could play cover 3 on him if I come out in like in like 2-3-6. Come on. Hey, I've been getting a little better with the usering part of it. Yeah. And every time I've played him, though, I've been able to contain Zeke for the most part. Because, like, I know that's such a waste, dude.
The Toronto Thunderbirds are now
It is such a waste, though.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock.
Well, I suppose better reach out to Kirby now and hope that he replies by tomorrow. So do you think Cleo Panthers will make it into the playoffs this year? Fucking the Panthers, yeah. I'd say.
Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
Setting a single-game team record for tackles for loss, he's quickly earned a reputation as a fearsome defensive lineman with a devastating rip move. Ross Tucker had him ranked as the top defensive line prospect in this year's draft, saying there aren't even many current NFL offensive linemen with the quickness and footwork needed to neutralize him one-on-one at the line. Adding depth.
So outside of, I mean, obviously playing good, like, what is the trick that you guys, how do you guys get these fucking people to 99 so fast?
Set up your defense for immediate success.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You get so much XP when you hit certain goals. Right. Fair enough. Nice.
Adam, what can you tell us about the Bulldogs' newest player? A lot of bite in this guy or just bark?
Like football, rugby's a sport that's played with guys of all shapes and sizes. In his case, he was one of the big guys pushing and pulling blocks in the center of the pitch. He was playing rugby for a university in Australia before he was recruited to transfer and play football for 2 seasons here in America. His first year was spent adjusting to the game, getting used to the different rules and how to play his position properly. The guy even had to adjust how he tackled now that he had to wear pads and a helmet. But his second year is really where we started to see what he could potentially do. He's a physical player at the line of scrimmage. The team was able to pick up a good addition to its line with a bit of an interesting history.
Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Chargers.
No, that's one thing. Like, I wish the Madden
Nobody
companion
really knew
app you
about
could
him
like
until he was asked to
do
fill
like
in at
free
the
agent
All-Star
bidding
game
and
for an
stuff on
injured
it. That'd be
player.
kind of nice
He came to the
for.
first practice, and from that moment on, he was the center of attention. He played lights out and looked to handle himself really well, matched up against top-tier talent. He stole the show and left the All-Star game shooting up draft boards around the league. The coach is going to love having a guy like him on the team, and I can't wait to see what he does when the season rolls around.
Well, see, I mean, I don't know. I go for what I need generally in the draft, and like, I didn't really need a safety. But I see what you're saying too. Like, a lot of these do. Well, I mean, first 3 picks right off the bat, corner, and then it was, I believe, a middle linebacker, and then another corner, and then a defensive end. I'm gonna scroll up and see if I guessed right, but. Uh, 3 corners, 2 linebackers, and then a defensive end, then back to corner. So, being as Teflon's in here, post-draft, are you just going like right to week 4 preseason for like a half hour, or what? Or is it?
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I don't know. I guess I don't understand how some do, because I'm sure someone is going to be upset about their practice squad when we hit week 1. It just never fails, but I don't know. To me, practice squad is just glorified free agents.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
So Miami Dolphins, Rukia, she just lets the computer handle all of her roster. Skeet's talking to himself. I wish I had a pick in the second round. I don't know what I traded it for. Oh, I traded it to Skeet. God damn it. No. I just said I wish I had a pick in the second round, then I said I couldn't remember who I traded it for. and then I looked at the screen, I was like, pick 10. Oh, oops. Was that for Xavier Rhodes? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it worked out. But even at 30, man, Zay is still alright.
The Saints are now on the clock. The Houston Oilers are now on the clock.
Why in the...
The London Black Knights are now on the clock. The Black Knights have just made their pick, Adam. Will he make sure none shall pass?
He had a reputation in college for being a very physical player. He relied more on his size and strength than technique to overpower defenders. A lot of scouts were ready to declare him just another mauler.
Who is the Saints user anymore?
Where he moved quickly in the kick slide drill, showing good knee bend and maintaining balance through each step. Matt Miller told me he still saw some things that needed work, but with good enough coaching, he can improve even further. He just got picked up, and I think he has the chance to be a reliable blocker in the future for this team.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Packers made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
The key concern I've been hearing from several GMs is that he simply isn't in good enough physical shape to see significant action early in the season. Even with
he still pulled that shit against me like twice when I played him, but I'm not.
Every down and maintain that high level of play coaches want out of their guys. The game never slows down at this level. He's going to have to get in better shape if he wants to be an every down player. This is a kid who may eventually make an impact in the league, but it may take an entire year to get his body into the kind of shape needed to make an impact at this level.
Yeah, I know, though, after...
The Panthers are now on the clock.
God, sometimes I feel like this draft takes forever.
The Rams are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'll be back before my pick.
The Chicago Blues are now on the clock. Well, now that the Blues have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more.
Well, he was creeping up draft boards around the league until he took a big hit late in the season that knocked him out for weeks. Unfortunately, when the combine invites went out, he was still rehabbing from corrective surgery. Without his combine numbers, it became difficult for scouts to compare him with other players in his position group. His pro day didn't help much either, as he looked much worse than he did before the injury. I've heard from a source that the team had a workout with him where they did their own evaluation of his health. I guess they must have liked what they saw to have just drafted him now.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. Now that the Broncos have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter for more.
He's a receiver that started getting a lot of attention following an incredible all-star performance. He was always known as a reliable target, but he went above and beyond during the exhibition game, catching everything thrown his way. Even though he was facing off against some of the top defensive backs in this class, he was able to create separation and make plays after the catch. He followed the All-Star game with great combine and pro day workouts, showing just how athletic he really is. I think we'll see him quickly grow into an NFL caliber receiver for this team through the course of the season.
The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
I'm back.
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock.
Dude, I've done that shit before.
The Redskins are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now. He's got more to say about the Redskins' latest pick.
A common complaint scouts like Matt Miller had was his dependence on raw power rather than proper technique. He tested well physically at his pro day.
Is that Zamzami guy or whatever?
But in swim and rip drills, his hands looked slow, and he relied more on his weight to move through the drill. If his technique doesn't, he may find himself getting locked up by linemen and unable to break free.
The Chargers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Really? Dude, I'm 24. That's funny. well, Patriots owner Chuck, he's like 43. He lives like 5 blocks from me. You know, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we can skip the Dolphins because she just lets the CPU handle her stuff. I don't know who I'm gonna take, man. I'm kind of like, I really need an outer linebacker, but God, there just is not. Wait, I lied. This dude's here yet.
Eagles have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
This kid is an explosive defensive talent. Sadly for fans of college football, his career came to an abrupt end after he suffered a grade 3 groin tear while attempting to make a tackle. After surgery, weeks of intensive, platelet-rich plasma therapy, and months of strength training of the affected area, he looked like his old self when he took the field for his pro day. Some scouts in attendance even felt as though he looked stronger and faster than before the injury. I'd expect him to get reps with the first-team defense come training camp, and don't be surprised to see him starting in week 1.
So, all right.
If
you had an 83 speed rookie linebacker, would you consider starting him? 83 speed. He's got 86 acceleration, 81 agility. Really? I always have gone for faster linebackers because I feel like I get burned across the middle so much, and I thought that was always felt like that was the problem. Yeah, because that rookie's block shed's 83 finesse moves, 83 power moves, but his 69 zone coverage. Kentrell Brothers, man, middle linebacker, he's awesome.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Brooklyn Beats are now on the clock.
Nice. Well, his acceleration and agility were 86. Okay. See, I really see that's probably one of my biggest problems. I really should take more time to learn like the
on
more
clock.
finer things about this kind of stuff. But I'm always like I don't really even that and playing guitar like I play like I've been practicing when I've muted myself a little bit here because I've been practicing like while we
The
talk.
Rams are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Chicago Blues are now on the clock. The Houston Oilers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Saints have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
His final season in school came to an end early when he was dismissed from the team after missing several practices. I wasn't able to find out why he couldn't attend the practices, but I do know that after his third absence, the coach finally decided to bench him. He was on his way to having a decent year, but without him participating in practice, the coaches thought he would be a liability in the game plan going forward. After apologizing to his former teammates, I can see why this team is taking a chance on him. He seems recommitted, but we'll see if that's true come training camp.
So, do you guys think that? Do you think it'll be week 1 by like 10:30 Eastern? Okay. Well, I'm trying to set up my game with Kirby, so that's why I was asking. Because I put a post up and he's seen it and he didn't comment, so I tagged him on it and was like, if you're gonna at least look at it, you could at least reply and let me know.
The Texans are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The
I think we need to
Patriots
figure out, there needs to be a way to figure out who's on this shit and who's not.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
He does play decent defense.
The London Bulldogs are now on the clock.
Yeah, when I last, well, it wasn't the last game, but a couple of games ago when I played him, he got, it seemed like his safety was just everywhere I wanted to throw, like underneath.
The Austin Desperados are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about them? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
I'll tell you, everyone
pretty sure
was
you can
talking
skip
about him
her.
after the combine, and not exactly for the best of reasons. He was called out almost unanimously as one of the worst interviews at Indy. I spoke with a few of the scouts who sat down with him, and the common remarks I heard was that he was slow to respond, had very little to say, and definitely had his periods of awkward silence. Fortunately for him, how he plays is looked at more than how he talks. I think the team found a good player, even if he is lacking a little charisma.
84 speed, 88 tackle, 76 block
The
shed,
Houston Oilers
81
are now on the
acceleration, 83 agility, 78 pursuit. He's like okay. I mean, like he could be a backup, dude. His awareness is only like 49. Man coverage is 59 and his zone is 62. Should make him a defensive man.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
23. It said he was going to go undrafted, but it was like I kind of wanted him, so I figured, well, maybe I'll roll the dice here. Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really hope this season, like, I want to at least go 500. Like, eight wins would be all right. But I definitely want to make playoffs. Like that's
the
why.
Bengals are now on the clock. The Packers.
Dude, I almost beat. I almost beat Chico once. I just fucking let him get it. The only reason why he beat me like 2 games ago was because I fucked up playing one-on-one against him, and like his receiver just jumped over the top of me and got it.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
So.
The Rams are now on the clock.
I think I'm pretty sure before the bye week, which my bye week is week 5, I'll at least be 2-2. I think I'll beat the Packers.
The Cowboys.
I think I'll beat Kirby. And I think that I'll probably lose the Bengals. I don't know the guy from the Saints, but I'm going to say that I beat him. And I'm just going to be real. As much as I want to kick Teflon's ass, I'll probably lose. But I don't mean I'm going to just lay down. And then after the bye week, I got Chico and fucking Mateo right after that. So if I can beat one of those two, that'll be alright. And then I got Otero, which will be tough. TJ, Hollins, which I think I could probably win. Seahawks, I know I can beat. G-Love, I can beat. Back to the Giants. G-Love. And I finished the season against Chico,
Blues are now on the clock.
Ricardo, and Brian. And that'll be tough. Be right back.
The Colts are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
Anyone even in here anymore? Oh, yep.
Are now on the clock. Texans are now on the clock. The Toronto Thunderbirds are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock.